I've shared books about Beatrix Potter cross-stitching and needlepoint, and today, thanks to the nice folks at David and Charles, I'm going to share Knitting Peter Rabbit. So we've got Beatrix Potter knitting. This one is by Claire Garland. She is the same author who did Magical Woodland Knits, which I shared with you a while back. Her stuffed animals are gorgeous. She uses yarns from Drops, which the last time I bought it was surprisingly affordable. I've used their sock yarn and was very pleased with it. This book is just so stinking cute. And I have not knit any of these yet, but it looks very well put together. You've got the abbreviations, you've got a conversion of UK to US knitting terms, although most of those I think that you could figure out on your own. A tools and materials section, and then the animals. Look at Peter Rabbit. He has a little felt coat and a carrot. Do you see the roots hanging off of the carrot? There are lots and lots of different shots of the animals and lots of illustrations from the original books so that you can see what they looked like as originally portrayed by Beatrix Potter. Here's Benjamin Bunny. He has his handkerchief, and if you look there in his hand, that is an onion with embroidered onion skin. I love the accessories. They're just the cutest things. Here's Flopsy Bunny. She has her little shawl. She doesn't have an accessory. Mrs. Tigglewiggle the hedgehog. We've got a thing for hedgehogs at my Mrs. Tiggywinkle. Like I said, I love these. Other than the story of Peter Rabbit, I don't really remember the books, and I'm gonna have to go spend an afternoon at the library reading them. Look at Tom Kitten. Specifically look at the face of Tom Kitten. He is so cute. Spend this entire video going, look how cute. But they are. Squirrel Nutkin. I know my kids had all of these books, but somehow they have not stuck in my head. And my favorite out of the book, I don't know if I've ever read his story, but look at Mr. Jeremy Fisher. Look at his coat. I am just smitten. And again, I love the way they give you the illustration from the original book and the photographs of the animal, so you can see what you're trying to reproduce and you can see what the knitted creatures look like. And I just had a moment here because the hamper, it has instructions for the hamper. I love children's storybooks. My youngest are teenagers now. I am not going to stop loving children's storybooks. Look at Jemima Puddle Duck, specifically her shawl with the embroidery and the tassels. And she has just the perfect duck-shaped posture. I can't get over her. The Tailor of Gloucester. Forgive me if I'm not Gloucester. I don't know how to pronounce that. Mr. Todd. I'm a little bit giddy about this book. It is so much fun. Tommy Brock. Samuel Whiskers. We're into characters that I don't recognize. And oh, did I mention that Peter Rabbit has little felt shoes for you to sew for him? I think that you would have to be very careful to get your gauge right so that the clothing fits, since it's felt and the animals are knitted. At the back of the book, it has some very detailed photographs on how to make up the animals. That was one thing I didn't see when I was looking at the earlier chapters, because those are all beautiful photographs. Here's the more practical stuff hiding in the back. And there are full-size templates for the clothing, which is always a plus in my book. I would think that if you were going to tackle one of these, you might already want to know how to knit. But I know there are people who jump in with hugely ambitious projects and do them successfully. So if you're that kind of person, I am happy for you and totally envious. So this is Knitting Peter Rabbit. Again, it is by Claire Garland. I absolutely love it. The publisher asked that I put a disclaimer that they provided me with a review copy and all opinions are my own. If I didn't love the book, I wouldn't make a video about it. This is my new favorite thing on my sewing room bookshelf. I will put a link to Magical Woodland Knits by the same author. She does amazing things with yarn to get animals and the shape of them, and I am just smitten. And I'll also put a link to my sewing room bookshelf in case you'd like to see more of the books I've done reviews on here on YouTube. Thanks for watching. I'm Michelle. This is my Romantic Tangle.